And greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Vormithrax. This is Vintage Story. Hopefully you've heard of Vintage Story. It's an awesome game. I'm going to play it. Yeah, I'm going to play it. You know, I play it every once in a while. So it's a, I don't know if I'd call it a relaxing or chillaxing game. It's a crafting survival game. Very, very similar in presentation to Minecraft, but it is not Minecraft. It's Minecraft-like, but it does its own thing and it does it very well. So, yeah, a lot of good things I could say about it. Definitely check it out, and hopefully, you enjoy the stream. Let's talk about a few things. So, I have mods. We are playing with mods. I usually do with Vintage Story. And I'm playing with a few I haven't used before, so I'll be doing a little bit of fumbling around, trying to figure out some new stuff. But here's the list. We've got Better Crates, BetterRuins, BetterTraders. Just basically adds some things that are named. A change to the butchering system. The Carry On mod, just letting you pick up storage boxes and move things around. From Golden Combs, which adds a whole bunch of depth, variety, and complexity to vintage apiculture, which is bees, lots of bees. The Hug Clock patch, Just Narrow, we're not using Just Narrowhead. Millwright, which is apparently fancifies the making windmills and expands it quite a bit. We have Primitive Survival, ProspectTogether. Yes, I'm going to be playing with the map turned on this time, just for you folks. StepUp and Translocator Engineering. And, oh yeah, and Unbearable Mechanics. I went and hunted down a change to the bears. Many changes to bear behaviors. So, yeah, changes to bears. Hopefully we won't get eaten quite as often by those stupid brown bears. So there you go. That's the list. Yeah, let's hop over into single player here. I have just created a world. It's been live for 2 minutes and 12 seconds. I was looking at the map before I went live. So otherwise, brand new world I just created. Here is how, nope, that doesn't show up. Yep, we can't see it. So here's how it's set up. Got it set. I use Wilderness Survival as the default mode. This is kind of the hard mode for experienced players. It ratchets up the difficulty a fair bit. But then I turn the map back on. One of the primary things Wilderness Survival normally does is it turns off the map. You have no map. You have to reconnoiter. You have to orient yourself. You have to remember where things are. I do personally prefer to play that way, but I decided for this run I would, go easy on you folks and let you, see where I'm at, see what I'm doing, just make it a little easier, a little more easy for you to follow what's going on and to show how one of the mods works. So I figured, why not? This time I'll go ahead and play with the map. Yeah, which I'm not used to, so, remind me once in a while to look at my damn map. Player lives, it says infinite. I usually play Iron Man mode. I may or may not in this one. I haven't made up my mind yet. Things that I have changed. So I changed the respawn radius to 0. That's kind of irrelevant. And I guess if I change my spawn point, it makes a difference. But in Wilderness Survival, usually if you die, you respawn within a random spot within 5,000 blocks. But I'm almost always playing Iron Man, so it never really makes a difference. I changed the timer for dropped items to 30 minutes. And for folks following on Twitch live right now, by the way, I have the two Vintage Story commands updated. So VS mods and VS settings will show you all this stuff, which mods I'm running and which settings I'm playing with. Yeah. So what did I change in here? I turned this back off again so I can move liquid with buckets. I dialed up the hunger rate. I made it so we get hungry faster. I think default's 125. I moved it up to 150. Same thing with food spoilage. I moved it up to 150, so our food spoils faster. Turned on Pro Pick for 4-block radius, and I turned the maps back on, the map stuff. That's about it. As per normal, I have turned off temporal storms. I hate that system. It's dumb. It's a dumb waste of time, especially and particularly for Iron Man players, for One Life players. So dumb. So it's off for lots of reasons I've gone into lots of times in the past. I just turn that off. I leave the rest of the temporal stability stuff on, but I turn off the storms. Yeah, just I'm not going to get into it. And then World Gen, I don't think I changed anything here. Yeah, I left everything in World Gen the same. Whatever the default settings are for Wilderness Survival mode. And that's it. There you go. That's our world settings for my just freshly created world, Vormithrax's Village World. That's our mods. And I guess maybe it's easier to get to. Easier to get to the story content with a map. You can get to it without a map. What do you mean? Who are you talking to? I almost always play without a map. I've done the story content. You can get to it with or without the map. You just get told the distance in blocks and direction or something. I forget exactly how it works, but you get the information. You can get there. A map is not required in any way for any of the versions. Okay. So now I haven't played in a while. All I did, I jumped in and I made sure my mods were up to date. I updated my mods with the new stable version, newish. It's not a brand new version. I'm not playing right now because there's been some huge update and I'm exploring it or anything. I just got reminded of Vintage Story and decided to jump in. So, yeah, here we go. Let's go ahead and load in. Bot got caught. Nope, deny that message. Oops. I forgot. Every time I click out of the window, it turns off the video in the capture software for some reason. Okay, how do you play this silly game? I have to remember for the 20th time. Come on, get up. All right, I am gonna get up on this block. All right, so here we are. Vintage Story. If you haven't seen the game before, it looks awesome. Like I said, very Minecraft-esque. Designed by former Minecraft modders, and it's a custom-built engine. So one of the glorious things is they can do whatever they want with it, and it's really, really well done game engine. I have no graphical mods of any kind going. This is just what it looks like by default. So I got to get moving. We got stuff we got to get done before nightfall. So here's our map. We're this little dot here shows where I'm facing. So we're kind of facing out into this low plateau area, or low plains area. We got a few stone biome areas nearby. Man, this map goes for a long way. Hi, map. You gonna keep creeping out further, or is that it? Jeez, it's been a while since I used a map. It's still kind of creeping. All right, I looked at this before I went live. I think I'm going to head this direction. One of the first things I always do is I try to find a flat spot, flat open area that is plains, that has the different vegetables and fruit and so on in the plains, because there are some grasslands that don't. Has water, has forests nearby, and has a stone biome nearby. And there's a few other factors. And a lot of times when I do these runs in Vintage Story, I am traveling, especially when I'm not using the map, I'm traveling quite a bit. I'm moving and moving and moving, trying to find my forever home location. So we might end up doing that here as well. But it'll be a little easier because I have this overhead map, this magic map. So we're going to head this direction, though. So, yeah. So it's going to be that away. So there's the sun. Sun rises in the east, sets in the west. There are clouds. Clouds always move west to east. So when you're not using the map, that's one way to keep oriented, is you just look at the clouds, see which direction they're going, and that tells you which direction east is. All right. Let's get moving. So we need some things. We need some stuff. We'll kind of grab it as we travel. Okay, show me that. The only one. So we got peridotite. Nope, not that one. I've dialed up. I think I solved a few problems I had previously with regards to. I would occasionally get these micro stutters that were really annoying and sometimes very dangerous to the character. I think I've got that fixed, and I dialed the graphics settings back up again. So I've got view distance completely maxed. I've got most everything turned on again. Commonly I will turn off like bloom and shadows and some things like that. I'm getting pretty good performance right now. So, you know, let me know if there's any kind of a problem. So yeah, there you go. There's my settings. Nope, not that one. I'm just watching for stones on the ground. What I'm grabbing is I'm grabbing flint. We need to nap the flint into things like knife blades and stuff like that. So that is loose flint right there. That's the thing I'm looking for. We'd like to grab, 10 or so. We're going to need lots, but 10 initially. So of this group, that one is flint, that one is flint, that one is flint, and that is not. Depending on what rock layer you're on, it's easier or harder to see specific ones. Alright, we got a pretty good number. So we should be coming up on that flattish area. We're getting there. We still got a ways to go, so I need to go that away. Oh, it's looking like it's turning into swamp. I hate swamp. There's so much swamp in the world. We got to keep an eye out for predators. We got wolves and bears. Oh my. I also need to get some sticks. Let's grab some sticks. Branchy birch leaves. More branchy birch leaves, please. Alright, we have our first food. Cranberries. Not a big fan of cranberries. They're the worst of the berry types. Ah, much better. Black currant. So, green bar above my hot bar. To the right is my food bar. Why am I doing that? I already forgot the rules. Don't bother eating things. Alright, I need more sticks. Pine trees are not great for sticks. Nope, not big enough. We got these ravines too. The landscape is very diverse in the game. Lots and lots of different biome types, which dictate, you know, ground coverage, trees, layers. And we got some red clay. I need to get out over there, and I think over there. Yeah, over here, and then angled down. So that's the way we're going. Let's get off this hill. There are also lots of underground areas. Falling down in a hole is one of the classic ways to die. If you don't watch where your feet are about to land, you will die by falling into really deep crevasses. How about you? Maple. Branchy leaves. So at the top of the screen, it's saying branchy leaves for these. If it just says maple leaf, that means there's not going to be a stick. Like that one, no stick. That one does. That one does not. So don't bother punching bushes and stuff that don't. Like that one there in the middle. Alright, hey, we're out into the plains, and it's not swamp. Alright, this is good. The only question is, does this big flat area have vegetables? We got the trees for a little bit of a forest area. That's another thing I look for. We got some ruins, which may or may not have. And we got some bony soil. No pot in this one. Ah, cool. Also have peat located here. Oh, there's some pots right there and there. What do we got? Seed. I don't need seed right now. And ore. I may or may not need ore. Are you a full forest? Do you have horsetail? I don't want to go too far in. I'm looking for a specific plant type. Come on, show me there's horsetail. That's horsetail right there. I need to make a knife. I need a little bit of horsetail before I go do anything else real quick. I'm just making sure there's no bears or wolves in the immediate area. All right, let's nap some flint. Oh, the flint napping. I remember you so well. We're going to nap out some basic tools. Oh, that's the food. Hunger. Eat one berry, please. I'm going to get 2 knives. I got to get moving because I got to make sure I get certain things done. We're also limited in our... Oh, I got to check if... Do we have reeds nearby? I didn't actually look. All right. We're going to need lots of a few of these things. But the overwhelming need is to survive the first day. Make sure I'm safe before night hits. All right. What key was it? T key, something like that. So sticks, and you for a shovel, and you for an axe, and you 2 for knives. Put you over there. Right now, the hotbar is my only storage. So we're going to try to fix that. But first, I want some horsetail. While we're here, I need to get out of this forest area. This area is kind of dangerous. Could hold bad bitey things. More horsetail, please. Mushrooms. I'll leave the mushrooms alone for now. There we go. This will be enough. So far, a couple of my priorities are met by this location. I haven't heard any bees yet. I'd like to have bees in this little forest area. We haven't done much exploration yet. We got mushrooms on the trees. That's also good. We got peat here for fires. Oh, another one. Uh-oh, farming. What you got? Yeah, I gotta pick that stuff up. Oof, that filled my inventory. Gotta stop hitting tab. I do not need cabbage seeds. Holy crap, did that just give me 33 horse? Oh, that's my horsetail. I needed, yeah. I need reeds. So we need to remember this spot, but I need to find some water. All right, we got a trader? We got a trader nearby too. Now I just need reeds. I'm not sure. We're not even close to that area yet. All right, well, let's go look over here first. Are there any cattails? If we don't have cattails, we got a big problem. Got more mushrooms. Hello, Mr. Trader. You do not have a bed for me to sleep in. So you're not helpful for me in that way. Who are you? You are building materials. Yeah. I don't need building materials. You are not useful. Okay. So, flat stone biome. Yeah, I need to keep going that way. Trader. Starvation keeps sneaking up on me. I'm gonna have a problem here real quick though. I need to make a camp. Are you coming after me, chicken? I haven't got anything done. It's going to get dark before I get my tools together. That's very bad. So I see another ruin right there. And we got some cattails, but that is not nearly enough. A couple of larger ruins. Where are we at? Water source, water source. What I'm not seeing is too many vegetables. I need a plains with vegetables. All right, this part here is good. This we need. I need this very quickly. If I don't remember all the steps, we might have a very boring evening. I need like 50 or 60 of these things, but I'm running out of time. Sun's going down fast. I still need to go chop a tree and get some grass and make a fire starter, get a campfire, get some torches. I think I might have to hold off getting all of these that I need for the moment. Luckily, we're in a calm rift activity area. If I can just get light, I don't need shelter necessarily. What are we up to? 33. I'm gonna get 50, I think. All right, call that good enough. Get me out of here. Problem now is no trees right around where I'm at. Okay, how did this work? Alright, come on. What the hell? E key. I forget. Yes. Whoops. Ah, crap. I shouldn't have done that. I wasted it. Alright, we got 12 healing. That's going to be good enough for now. So now I can store stuff in these other slots. We'll do that. I got to get moving. I need some lumber, and I need to get some grass. Let's grab this tree here. Well, hi there. I don't think I've ever seen that little ruin before. No idea if it has any nasties inside it. Interesting the way it's kind of sunk down like that. I didn't notice it. That's a ruin. No idea what's inside the little hut there. We may or may not be able to use it for shelter if I can get in there without dying. Come on, you stupid tree. Hurry up. More than enough. Got only 10 sticks. That'll have to do. I need some grass. Ideally enough to make some torches, fire starter, and a grass bed just in case I need it. Fast forward the night. I'm hoping we have good weather and calm activity and I can stay out harvesting and doing stuff at night. But we might get driven indoors. How many times do you think they'll die? I mean, I don't know. That's very subjective. You can set the game on various difficulty options and world setup options that are going to change that equation fairly significantly, depending on what you choose. So, the game has a very, very good help system. You can point at anything and press H, and the H is a survival handbook. And if, for example, I'm pointing at my log here and I hit H, it'll bring up the log and it show you what you can make out of the log, and you click on the thing and it shows you the recipes, and there's tutorials and guides, and it's got a really, really good system for that stuff. All right. God damn it. I can't get my fingers to stop doing things a certain way that it's done via other... I forgot the recipe. There we go. Fire starter. Then it is there, and I need to chop the log into firewood. Then we need to put the fire starter down. Crouch, crouch. It is all fire important that I get torches made, because it gets stupid dark at night. I don't think you're actually lit yet. Come on, fire starter. I want to say that's not lit yet, but let's put something in here. Nope, not lit yet. Doesn't usually take quite this long. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Now we should never need the fire starter again. I'll end up picking it up again on accident when I step on it. But all right, we got torches being made. Organize inventory a bit more. Knife to the front. Those tools, sticks up there. I'm just going to stick the firewood over here. I'm having a hard time with my fingers. I played so many other games since I last played this. My fingers are auto-hitting other keys. Yeah, sun's about to go down. Absolutely beautiful sunsets, depending on weather conditions and the year. We got a lightning storm going on over there. Graphics are really, really good. This is not a particularly engaging sunset. This one's pretty muted with the weird colorish and the overcast sky. All right, we have torches. Now, hopefully it doesn't rain. Let's see, what next? I need to get some dirt. Let's go dig some dirt. We'll take a look at this here in a bit, but I got things I got to get done, so. I want to have some dirt so I can make some compressed soil that I can use for building a little mud hut if I need to, or nerd poling if I need to. So you can play with different levels of difficulty, lots and lots of world options, realistic options, soil stability, whether soil will shift when you step on it or move dig it up. A lot of possibilities. We're playing with a bear mod that tones down the bears, slows them down a bit so that you can manage to get away from them, lowers their chase distance range, makes it so they can't climb super duper high. Bears are stupid in this game. They're so bad. So, you know. Oops, treasure hunter's claiming that. Oh, is that a treasure hunter NPC in there? Is that what we got going on? Oh, it's a gate. I thought this was, oh, this is perfect. He's even got a bed I can sleep in. I thought this was a ruin. But no, it's the treasure hunter guy. That's even more awesome. That's the exact guy we need to have local to us in order to, if we decide, if I play long enough, if you guys are interested in watching me play enough, we need the treasure hunter to specifically put us on the storyline tasks, to go find the big storyline dungeons and structures and so on. So it's awesome to have him here, much less have a nice completely enclosed building with a bed we can sleep in. Can I use your chest? Not allowed to use your chest. Oh well. You can do some of their containers, but they're not going to let me use his chest. Maybe that, but I wouldn't anyway. So yeah, that's awesome. I didn't realize. That makes our life much easier. So we will absolutely mark this spot. Let's do another. No, let's do a home information or home icon. We'll make it nice and comforting. Can it? Sure, I guess. I'm not used to using a map. Okay, how my torches doing? More torches. I need to get some more sticks. Fire's about to go out. We'll just keep it going. So, sounds like it might rain. If I drop torches without covering them, it will put the torches out. We've got a safe spot we can run to, though, if anything shows up. Rift activity is calm, so hopefully we won't see any drifters. I didn't see any close underground caverns for them to pop out of. All right, so the emergency is taken care of. We've got shelter. We've got shelter. We've got our fire, so we've got our light source. Now I can just kind of gather up the resources and finish equipping the gear we need. All right, dirt. We're going to compress it, which is like so. More, please. All right, that gets me 48. We need more. Let's go dig some more dirt. Probably end up breaking this shovel just digging some dirt. We're going to use his shelter for a little bit for the nighttime stuff if we need it. So I can put a torch in my offhand. I'll explain some of the things I'm doing in case we've got new folks watching, but you have a character screen. And you can move these windows around, by the way. You can lock them in place and stuff like that. We have an offhand slot that we can put items into. Where is... Oh, offhand. Never mind. I'm looking in the wrong spot. So I can put a torch in my offhand location and still use tools and such, like so. There is a consequence to doing that, though. Anytime you put anything into your offhand slot, no matter what it is, if we bring the character screen back up, note hunger rate right here. Hunger rate goes up by 20% because of your extra activity of maintaining this offhand slot. So it's normally 100%. If I take this back out again, it goes to 100. Put it back in, it goes to 120. So be mindful that using that offhand slot is useful, but it has a consequence. Okay. Hey there, loose flint. Yes, I will pick you up. Alright, let's finish breaking this shovel. We'll make a new one and I'll get some other tasks done. Um, 64 is the stack size, or stack limit. So we've got a full stack. Yeah, go ahead and finish this off. And a few extras. Okay, next up. Finish breaking this shovel. Uh-oh. That's not good. Rift activity just went to medium, and there's a portal I can hear nearby. Shoot. That's exactly what I did not want. That means we're probably going to get drifters. They're going to force me into that hut. Let's get that gate open in case I have to run for it. We're low hit points right now. We can get killed by a drifter pretty easy. What bad timing. I don't need a bed because we've got one in there. Oh shit! Oh shit. God damn it. Oh, and we died. That's hilarious. Well, there you go. First death. Couldn't get away from the surface shiver. That guy was quick. I was feet away from the door. I probably wouldn't have gotten the door closed before he got in there with me, so we were probably going to die regardless. Huh. Well, now I'm in the dark, in the middle of nowhere. Not in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I know where my stuff's at. Yeah, I'm lucky I even saw that guy coming briefly. Yeah, that's what happens. It is stupid hard to move at this type of nighttime. What to do? We're just gonna die. I mean, I can't see a thing. We'll fall in holes. Or get killed by drifters. I'm absolutely going to fall into a crevasse or something. It is so dark because of the rain. I hear you. Oh, got a bow guy shooting bows at me. Or shooting arrows at me. I can it's just barely light. Whoa, right into the rift. I can't see nothing now. I can't. Oh, there I can see something. The rain stopped at least. I could just barely make out the terrain to keep moving. I'm not sure you guys can because of the pixelization from the stream compression and all that. Ah, I see the light. I see my light. Can I get there without dropping myself? Oop, yep, that's the problem right there. Ah, I just ran on top of a drifter. Oh, ouch. Well, that was a bit of a fall. Keep aiming that away. Oh, there's that first trader. Yeah, right over there. Bum-ba-bum-ba-bum. Another nearby rift. I am shocked that we made it back here. Now it's just a matter of can I get in there before anything kills me. All right. 1 o'clock. Let's go to bed. All right. Daytime. Slept a little longer than I intended to. So, fire's still going. Fire's still going. Get down with your bad self, fire. Just keep going. It's raining and the fire's still going. Tell you what, fire, let's protect you from the rain. Alright, so there you go. You know, nighttime when the rift changes from calm to medium and you can hear the portal nearby. You might die. Alright, what are we going to focus on next? Put you back there and there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep picking this thing up. Let's throw it over here where I'm not likely to move onto it. So, looking at our area here, we know we've got the trader here, and did I not mark that other trader? He's somewhere back here. We're not likely to use him, so there's not really much worry about it. So we do have the plains area, but I need to know if this... Oh, nice. Even more. Turnips. This is a nice spot, but I want to know if this plains area has crops. I think those turnips might have been part of the forest area. I need to see any kind of crop out here in this big flat area. That's changing over to swamp. We got a few berry bushes. But so far, there's the portal. That's what was making the weird noise and what had the drifters pop out of it. They won't pop out of there during the daytime hours, just nighttime. But yeah, see how there's no crops out here? I hate the plains that have no crops. I want the flat ground like this, but I need it to have crops. Runaway raccoon. We got mushrooms, we got berries. But I am not seeing a single crop anywhere. So, we got one of the cropless plains, which is unfortunate. What to do. So you are under some long-distance time pressure because the game has a full sequence of seasons. So you gotta stay on top of things, and you gotta get working on making sure you survive the winter, where lots of changes occur with the world and how easy it is to move, how easy it is to stay warm. Crops don't grow. Your options get pretty limited during winter, so you got to make sure you do a lot of prep work before that shows up. So you can't just dawdle forever. Yeah, I'm really unhappy that this huge flat area has no crops. Crap. I gotta decide if I want to do more looking around before we make any decisions here. It's very convenient with the location there. Yeah, I don't need the You died here, waypoint. I also need to check the stone biome. I need to get over here. I need to check, see how that looks. We looked at, let's see, I think we started up here somewhere. We came down. That's the forest we looked at, I believe. We were on the outer edge here, and I went in and looked at it. Then we got the forest right next to the trader. Yeah, let's run over here and look over here real quick. I need to see what that looks like. What do you mean by which season of Vintage Story? What are you referring to? I mean, it's spring. It's May in game. You're talking something else? I don't know. Don't like this kind of lowland cover. There's not much of value in this stuff. Again, a lot of flat grassland, mushrooms, but not seeing any crops. Why no crops? We're over in Claystone now. Alright, hello portal. So this is a start of a stone biome. Claystone, which isn't super useful. What you got? Seeds. Storage is extremely limited in the early game, so I'm got to be careful what I pick up. I don't think I'm going to pick up the seeds. All right. So one of the reasons I come over here is it's super easy to find flint, especially in claystone. But we're looking for copper. Like that. Exactly like that. Copper. That's a pretty good copper setup for initially. Let's just mark it though. Oh, why am I marking it? I am so used to not having a map. Smash it! Smash it! Oh, no, I broke one of the copper things. I didn't want to. Map? Copper color. Mine, copper, and save. Okay, that's a really good copper deposit. Look at all these. Man. Alright, let's go ahead and pick them up. And what's the center point? I'm going to consider that the center point. So we will mark that point. So one of the big initial problems is finding enough copper to get your copper tools started. You need 40 total little nuggets. We just got 21 out of that one surface deposit there. A really good start. One more like that and we'll have all we need. Okay, there is more copper underneath the surface layer here, which is why I'm marking the position as well as the map. But we can't do anything with it until we have grabbed enough of the surface copper nuggets to make stronger tools. That's why we need 40. We need 20 for the pickaxe and 20 for a hammer. So that's one of the reasons why I come over here. Hey, look, more copper. Holy crap. That's pretty lucky. That's really lucky. That's absurdly lucky. Let's use this as the center point. $38, $39. $39. Hilarious. I don't know. Maybe claystone has a higher incidence of copper. We're on wilderness survival mode, so copper is set to very rare. Yeah. That's your butt. But this is why I look for a... oh, nope, that's what? Borax? Didn't see what that was. It's easier to find copper on these stone biome areas. You just run around looking for accumulations of these little stones and check to see if they're copper. It's also a good place to get boulders for later. Hello there, quartz. More quartz. And there's not usually bears and wolves. Sometimes, but not usually. Alright. Settle down. Another one of the useless ones. Hey, you. Agriculture. Maybe we could get seeds occasionally, but it's not much I can make easily that I could trade to him to get that stuff, so not going to worry about it. Any other concentrations out here? Does building around portals trap monsters? The portals move. They're not fixed. They randomly appear and disappear. Did I raise sea levels so you get a seaside? I did not fiddle with any of the actual world setup options. I haven't gotten any messages about any resource problems that would usually cause any issues, but do let me know if you guys aren't seeing a fairly smooth stream. I do have the graphics dialed back up. It does feel very slightly sluggish on my end, but I'm not having any system resource issues. Got plenty of RAM, CPU, and GPU available. So usually that means I'm not going to have problems. Hello, random portal. I'm just kind of looking around for one more copper, preferably, and we're just taking a look at the area. So we moved to sandstone, do we? I've got plenty of flint now, 41. Usually I'll grab a full stack, but... Alright, so let's take another look at the map. So this stone biome goes out quite a ways. We've already moved a fair distance. It's looking pretty ugly out there. I don't think I'll travel much farther. Let's just kind of loop back. Don't need shells. Yeah, let's adjust a few things back again. Turn bloom back off again. It is feeling a little laggy on my side, too. I'll turn these off. Probably the biggest thing that'll help if I turn down the view distance. I don't normally play with it maxed out. Let's move it back to like 1024. That should help quite a bit. Oh yeah, that feels a lot better. Whoop. Don't be giving me any lag spikes or any stutters now. I worked hard to get rid of the stutter I usually have. Oh, crops! Flax! ABF, always be flaxing. Don't throw the knife away. Yeah, that feels a lot better. And it's kind of weird. It doesn't, it's not listing that it's anywhere near making problems for my system resources, but it was feeling a little laggy. Alright. I really would love to find my one more copper bit. We can always pan for copper if I need that last one, so. Uh-oh. It's got the underground area. They're trying to lure me in. We at full stack yet? 62. Alright, 2 more. While we're here, let's go and grab these. 1747. Already, the night is fast approaching. So, storage space is a big problem initially. Our options are pretty limited. Now, I am playing with some mods that I haven't played with in a while, like the survival mod and such, that probably have more choices, but I haven't played with them for forever, so I don't remember what options they might give. But reed baskets are one option. They take a huge amount of reeds in order to make. A little bit later, we'll be able to do things like wooden chests and clay pots and things like that. But initially, I'm going to have to drop down like a couple of wooden, or a couple of reed baskets. Just to have some storage space. I can't pick up too much crap as we're running around because we are so limited. Okay, come on. Give me one more copper spot. Hey, little goatee. Not copper. Not that many stones on the ground out here. This is the way we came in. That's where our markers are. Already looked at those. There we go. Look at all that copper. Wow. That's pretty rare, for me at least, to see this many copper spots this close together. I don't know if it's more prevalent in the clay biome. I've always end up forgetting the things about the stone layers. Okay. I have got to get back.